Welcome to Speed Scene Live TV, the only show dedicated to the sportsman racer. Brought to you by Curry Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and thefoat.com. With your hosts, Diana-mite, Bruce Barker, and Scott Lucky Hudson. And here we go. It is Speed Scene Live. I would be that Bruce Barker guy right there, and surrounded by some of my favorite people, including Diana-mite.
Welcome.
And there's Lucky Hudson.
Hey, Bruce, good to be here.
Oh, man, it's going to be one of those nights, and I'm not talking about that song by the Eagles anyway. Hey, let's get into it. We got guests to introduce and all that stuff, but first I want to let you know this. Tonight, we're going to tell you how to win a free pair of M&H tires. Did I just say that?
That's right.
A free pair of M&H tires. We sort of leaked the news on this last week, and all you do is sign up now at thefoat.com. That's www.thefoat, fastest of all time, FOAT.com. Now, also coming up tonight, Charlie Harmon from the NMCA and the NMRA is going to be live in studio to talk about the Pomona race, and he has an exclusive announcement on how you can pre-enter for that Pomona race. August 17th through the 19th is when it's happening. And that is the Flowmaster NMCA West event featuring aerospace components, NHRA Unleashed. It'll be at Pomona August 17th through the 19th. Imagine this, man. Imagine this as you're watching these cars on screen. Racing down the famous Pomona track just like the Bigs. Watching fast door slammers with 6-second times between your rounds of eliminations. I mean, it boggles my mind, which isn't easy to do.
It's going to be a great time, Bruce. A great time.
It's going to be a blast. And you know what? We're going to have tonight on Speed Scene Line, we're going to have some giveaways from Charlie Harmon at NMCA West Flowmaster Series. We're going to have some spectator tickets to both the Pomona and the Bakersfield races. And we've got some DVDs, all kinds of goodies.
Pretty cool stuff, Diana-mite.
Yes, we do, Lucky. How do you want to give those away? Do you want to have people just go ahead and maybe the first, 10 people that email us?
How about that? You send us an email at speedscene@aol.com and send them on in, and we'll grab the first 10, and we'll go ahead and give you, and we'll send you an email letting you know you won. But shoot us an email during the show. We're going to go ahead and hook you up with some free stuff, courtesy of the good folks at the NMCA. And tonight you're going to find out all about what's going on with them.
Nice.
Wow. And you know what? May 26th through the 27th. The NHRA Heritage Series Rockabilly Rod Reunion at Las Vegas. That's Viva Las Vegas. Racing rockabilly cars and bands. Come on, see the great nostalgia racing at the Strip. Hey, try to leave with a little money in your pocket. Just spend it all at the drag racing strip. All right, and don't forget to look for the Curry Racing Rear Ends Nova.
That's right. I'm going to be out there racing in Seagas. You know, I'm currently number 2 in points. So this is number 2. Yeah. So this is a big race. I'm either going to go up or I'm going to go down. But I'm going to do something. That much I know.
So you can't just hold it there. You can't just...
Well, you never know. It's possible, but I'm going to try to improve my position just a little bit. So we'll see what happens. I got the Nova ready to roll. I had some issues the last time I raced it. Got it all fixed up. I'm good to go. Now, the Speed Scene Live Nationals is happening at Great Bend, Kansas, and that's coming up in June 9th. Now,
it'll be here before you know it, Lucky.
And the good thing about that weekend, Friday, Test and Tune and Gamblers. Saturday, the Speed Scene Live Nationals. And Sunday, the track team race. So you got 3 days of racing. Hey, you racers that want to just not tow a whole lot, well, tow out to the Kansas track. Go to Great Bend, show up on Friday, get 3 separate days of racing for one trip of towing. That way you're going to save a little gas, and you have a little more gas put in your race car.
Now, what are the benefits of that track? Something about free electricity.
Oh, free power for the RVs.
Stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, you walk around at night, and there's no generators running because everybody's hooking into free power. They got great food at reasonable prices. Mm-hmm. It's a great facility, and it's located right in the middle of the country. So all you people that are going there, and you get a chance that you're, Colorado, all the states, Texas, come on up. It's not that far.
You know what I like about it, Lucky? There's actually an airport right next to it that I'll be flying into. Oh,
That's right. So come on out and meet Diana-mite in person. Have her put a sticker on your car. In fact, speaking of stickers on cars, here's the Speed Scene Live Nova before it got that great paint job by Mo. Now it looks great. it's not looking that great right there. But this video was taken at the NMCA Fontana event last year, and man, we had a great time out there. The cars were running great. We had the Curry rear ends booth set up, and that place was packed with cool cars.
That's the way it ought to be.
So tonight we're going to talk to Charlie Harmon about the cool cars in the NMCA West event, and we're just going to talk about the series. In fact, Diana-mite, don't you think it's time we introduce that young man?
That young man, yes, I would love to welcome Charlie Harmon. Charlie, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Well, thank you so much. I'm not so sure about the young, but I'm a high mileage unit.
Hey, take it. She said it, take it, man. It's okay.
Yeah, I'll take it while I can get it.
I bet you will.
Charlie, we were at the Fontana event last year. It was a great event, really good. Lots of cars, lots of spectators, lots of vendors. Really a well-ran organization. And this year, you've got 4 races. You got a whole series for the NMCA West series, and we're looking forward to it. The first race will be at Bakersfield in June. I'm going to be there running in your nostalgia streetcar class. Then Pomona. Oh man, that Pomona race is going to be incredible. And there's also Speed World, and later on the track you've got a race schedule for Fontana right now.
We do, and I'll tell you, there's been a lot of questions about what are you going to do. Fontana's not in operation at this point, but we, Mike Urich, Mark Dawson, the entire crew at Fontana has done an excellent job, and they welcomed us in, and we have the belief and we have the desire to get back there. So we're going to go to Pomona. The Bowser family at Bakersfield has offered us a date, and we definitely have a plan. There will be 4 races, so it might be at Bakersfield. It will be somewhere in Southern California that we have the 4th race.
So you have a backup.
Yes, we do.
Okay, great.
Yes, we do.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Pomona, because there's a lot of excitement about that Pomona race.
Well, do you want to see this flyer? You see? Can everybody see this
Well,
awesome flyer?
NMCA West invades Pomona, California, August 17th to the 19th.
Look at that beautiful flyer.
And, of course, we want to thank Lucas Oil and Flowmaster. And Charlie, who are some of the sponsors that are helping make this race happen?
Well, you have J.E. Pistons, and our class sponsors, Garrett Turbo, Mickey Thompson, Pro Charger, ARP, Hedman Headers, Granatelli Motorsports, Calvert Racing, Tremec Transmission. It's going to be a phenomenal event, and that's why we wanted to wait till tonight to let people know. There is no doubt that we are going to have to control the number of entries because of the level of interest.
You can only send so many cars down the track per hour.
That's it.
There's a finite number of cars.
It's about a pair a minute. If you
is that what it takes?
That's about what we judge things on. So we're going to monitor that, and there's going to be a pre-entry system set up, and that's what we're here tonight to do. Exclusively.
Me first.
You're good. You're not going to have to worry about it, darling.
Thank you.
No, a week from today, and that's what we wanted to wait till tonight to tell everybody, but a week from today...
Wait. Before you make that announcement, though, let's talk a little bit about the rest of the series, because I know a lot of people want to know about that information.
I thought you were going to make Bruce do the drum roll.
No, but what I'd like to say is before the Pomona race, because that's a very highly anticipated event.
Sure.
Pomona, historic track, the pros run there twice a year. Little guys like us, we never get to run a Pomona. But in June, before the Pomona race, there's actually going to be a race at Bakersfield, and that's going to kick off the series. And that's a race that I'm going to be racing at, too. And I know a lot of people from Southern California are towing north. A lot of people from Northern California are towing south. People are ready for that race. What's happening at that race?
Oh, I'll tell you, that's going to be the inaugural kickoff for the series. And this is not just the NMCA Flowmaster Racing Series. We're featuring the NHRA Unleashed, which means we get the exposure in the National Dragster, we get the extended contingency backing, and we get the Wallies, which is very important.
Everybody loves a Wally.
Everybody loves Wally.
Don't gloss that over. The racers will actually go home with an NHRA Wally because of your affiliation with the NHRA Unleashed.
Right. And I can't thank Kim and Al Cusi enough at the aerospace components folks. I mean, they made this possible for us, and we've got the guys at Flowmaster that have really stood behind us, and it's been a little bit difficult with a lot of people. They've questioned the fact that, are you going to have 4 races? We're having 4 races. We're having 4 races. And thanks to the Bowsers up at Bakersfield, thanks to the good folks at Pomona, and I'll tell you, it's just been a godsend that sometimes you don't think that NHRA is in touch with the foundation or the what's going on locally. But they were, and you might ask me, how in the world did you get?
Now, aren't you the only group for several years to be at Pomona besides NHRA? I mean, Super Chevy and Good Guys was years ago. You're the only one to actually pull this off.
Right, and that's probably a little bit of luck and timing and relationship. And thankfully, the executives at NHRA, Jim Hinwood, Dale Coleman over at the Fairplex, they've seen the news articles about the fatalities that were occurring after the track closings.
Yeah.
And, it's not really worth, it to them to open up a big facility like that for, I don't want to say peanuts, but it certainly is when you compare it to the finals and the Winter Nationals. But they recognize the need in the community, and thankfully that we had the relationship there, and they recognize this is something that needs to be done for the sport. So we're very grateful.
Now, we've got a commercial break coming up. I've got a couple questions people are sending me on the phone. So we're going to get to those. I think, Bruce, maybe we should get a commercial break out of the way. When we come back, we're going to talk more to Charlie. We're going to get to some of those questions. And then I think it'd be time to let Charlie finish his announcement on how you can pre-enter to guarantee a spot as a participant at the second leg of the NMCA West Series at Pomona.
Hey guys, this is Eileen Stafford. You can see me driving the Strange Brew AA Comp Coupe, and I watch Speed Steve live.
For over half a century, Currie rear-end components have been twisting out the torque and taking the punishment. And the new Currie lineup is stronger than ever. Some of the world's most capable, hardest-working vehicles depend on Currie gears, which is why you can too. Street cars, hot rods and resto rods, drag cars, rock-crawling four-wheel drive vehicles, whatever you're piloting, Currie expertise and rock-solid design means the parts will do their job, so you can do yours. Check out Currie's custom rear ends, featuring a full line of upgrades, components, and installation options. The Currie Crate rear ends lineup offers ultra-strong construction on third members and carrier assemblies. And other underside parts, like correct link steering systems, keep your four-wheeler pointed where you want it. Add in a wide variety of solid, purpose-built suspension and brake components, and you've got one tough, ready-to-go machine. Grab a hold of a Currie rear end. Talk to the experts at 714-367-2679 or view the complete line online at currieenterprises.com. Welcome back to Speed Scene Live TV with your hosts, Diana-Mite, Bruce Barker, Scott Lucky Hudson, The Off-Road Report with Bryant Layton, and The Great American Auto Scene with Bob Beck.
Welcome back to the show. We are live in studio with Charlie Harmon from the NMCA, talking about the NMCA West event, and that is the Flowmaster NMCA West event featuring Aerospace Components NHRA Unleashed, and they will be at Pomona August 17th through the 19th. They're also going to be at Bakersfield in June. You can come out and you can race with me out there, plus a bunch of other racers. Then we're going to head out to Speed World, and then the last leg, the fourth race of the year, is going to finish the series. Now, Charlie, during one of the breaks, you were mentioning that the winner of the championship gets some kind of a special ring with diamonds on it.
Oh, that's a Nitto Diamond Tree ring, and I'll tell you what, back east, these guys will absolutely kill for this.
I would love that.
3 diamonds, 2 rubies, 2 emeralds. It simulates a Christmas tree, and it is a beautiful, beautiful ring.
Any girls ever win it?
Yeah.
Did they say the diamonds were big enough?
Yeah, Jack Roush.
Because, we're all into size.
Jack Roush's daughter was just fine with it.
Oh, okay.
Susan McGlenigan. She won the NMCA championship last year back there, and it is that Nitto Diamond Tree ring is just spectacular.
Now, I also want to mention real quick, I've got one of the magazines because your company is famous for their high-quality magazines. This is Race Pages, and oh, look at that. Just happens to have a Curry rear end on the cover.
Wow.
How about that? Look at that. A Curry fabricated housing right there on the cover, and of course there's a story inside about Curry, but this is Race Pages, which is the Mustang.
Well, yeah, the exclusive Ford magazine.
Exclusive Ford, and then also there's the FSC Fastest Streetcar magazine, but they're nice, glossy, beautiful, really high quality, and I noticed that you guys do a lot of event coverage in here. So if we show up at Pomona or Bakersfield or Speed World, there's a chance that we might get our pictures in this magazine.
There'll be no doubt that you get your pictures in there, and as well as other magazines that we partner with Source Interlink, our partners over there, Muscle Mustang and 5.0 and Carcraft,
nice.
And all of the other guys that come out, and you'll probably see the editors like you did back in Fontana, like Freiberger, Canan, Doug Glad, Johnny Hunkins, Henry De Los Santos. They're all the editors of all the magazines. They hang out with us, and we have a relationship with them, and we support their magazines as well.
Now, also, I want to let people know that Speed Scene Live is going to be at these events this season. So, if you're at an event, come by, say hi, and also there's a good chance that we're going to go ahead and get your car on Speed Scene Live TV.
Now, I know we've got a bunch of lines hopping here.
Well, let's go to line 2 and welcome Reno Jatan. Reno, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Reno, welcome back to the show.
Yeah, guys, we spoke 3 weeks ago, and I announced something that we will be doing, my wife, my son, and I, with the motorcycle, and we have been training. It has been a little bit harder than I thought. Anyway, we accomplished that tonight, this afternoon, and we made it on the preparation of the show. We made a 3-person skiing out of a motorcycle, and my son Lakota is on the rear. I am on the side. My wife is on the front, and we had a top-notch, blue ribbon, top-of-the-line photographer here, and we have the picture of that, but when we come back, the photographer continued to shoot picture, and I realized at that moment that we have a 3-person, the whole Jayton family. We are waving and jumping, and we are really happy. And I just want to say, motorsport / stunts, it could really be a family affair, and I wanted to share that with somebody. I realized it was Tuesday. I say, hey, I call Lucky, and we will see if I can speak with you.
Well, tell us, this weekend is your event that people can come out and see the new performance.
This is correct. Yeah, we have the Wings and Wheels show, and that was in the preparation for this show. It will be May 19th in Woodville, Southeast Texas. And but we really surpassed what we wanted, and that was fun. I have to say that was fun for my son Lakota. We held him at the level of a stuntman, and there was a few mishap, there was a few bruise. We scratched a little bit the brand new leather suit, but he was tough, and he grabbed the back of the bike, and he was with us the whole time.
Well, Reno, is there a website that people can go to get information about the event and where it's located and that type of thing?
Yes, just go to Google Reno Jayton Wings and Wheel.
Wings and Wheels?
That's correct, yeah.
Okay.
We'll have a lot of aircraft also.
And that's in Texas?
That's in Southeast Texas, yes.
Awesome. Well, Reno, thanks a lot for calling. We got a packed show tonight. The phones are ringing off the hook. And love to hear about everything with your family. Such a high-quality family, and I'm sure anybody that goes to the show will be wonderfully entertained.
Sure, guys, and I really appreciate it. I needed to share that with somebody, and you were in my ID people I wanted to speak with. I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Reno.
Thank you, Reno.
Have a good night.
You too.
Thank you. Diana-mite, who do you have on the phone there?
Well, I believe I need to go to line 1 and welcome Bob back to the show. Bob, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
We're doing great. And then I believe...
Yeah, let's try line 4,
Line 4 is Skeeter. Skeeter, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
We're doing well. We've got Bob on the other line. Skeeter, Bob, take it away.
All right. Skeeter was at a very important show because right now the people that have made the history in hot rodding, customs, and the car industry as a whole are getting good recognition. And one of the people that got recognition this last week was Sam Barris. Skeeter, you were down, or not Sam Barris, but, well, Sam too, but I mean, George Barris has carried the legacy on. But what was that show like? Tell me about it.
Bob, it was absolutely fantastic. As car shows go, it's probably one of the best in Southern California. They had well over 500 cars, numerous vendors. It's George Barris's show. This is the 9th annual. And for those people that don't know who George Barris is, he's the king of customs. He's been customizing cars in Southern California for 68 years. And unfortunately, didn't make the show because he was in the hospital. So we're giving a shout out. Hope that he gets well real quick. I did get to do an interview with the girls that work for him as the spokesladies, and we talked to his son Brett Barris and also Gene Winfield and some other people. But the cars were just beautiful.
We're looking at some of them on screen right now, and I don't know if you're watching at home, but they are just top quality, whether they're in suede or in paint. The styling is amazing, the workmanship. Now, were there any Barris cars on display, cars that he had built?
Actually, the Batmobile was there with Batman and Robin to take pictures for the crowd.
Not Catwoman?
There you go. There's a picture of Batmobile.
Yeah.
And also, the Grand Marshal was Jeff Dunham, the ventriloquist, and he also has a smart car that's a mini Batmobile that George Barris built for him, so that was on display, kind of cute and interesting. But as you well know, George has done so many cars for the movie industry with in addition to the Batmobile, it's the Munster Coach and the Monkmobile and the Beverly Hillbillies old truck. He's so well known, and his show is always just a hit. Everybody loves it. They closed down all of Old Town Culver City. 5 blocks of cars and everywhere that you can look, and of every type and color and finish. It's just a great venue.
So this show goes on every year, and it's to commemorate the history and the tradition of customs and with the legacy of Sam and George Barris. Sam passed away in the 60s, but he'd been out of the business for a while. Sam carried it on, or George carried it on for many years, expanding from custom cars to movie cars, like you said, the Batmobile is probably the most noted. The Munster Coach, the Monkey Mobile he had a part in, Kit from the Knight Rider TV show, the Beverly Hills, the Hillbillies car. Although, you know, we're talking about some of these shows and these cars, and I don't know if our listeners and watchers are that old to remember them.
Oh, I'm sure they remember, Bob.
They were telling me.
Yeah, you know, the movie Grease, they had the white lightning machine, and we're seeing the pictures of Batman, Robin, and his cohorts along with that. But, you know, one of the things, if you want to find out the history of George Barris, he has his own website, and it's www.barris.com, and you can see information about George, the history, the cars. One of my favorite was the copper cart and the Harahata Merc.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, was the one of the cars that they built. Well, they've all gone into obscurity. We don't see them anymore.
And now, are a couple of those, or maybe more than a couple, Bob? They've actually not just been obscured; they've been lost, and people are trying to find some of these old modified cars, right?
Yeah. George was able to buy back some of the cars and keep them on display. He still has his shop in North Hollywood, California. Same shop he's been in as long as I can remember. I was a kid. I used to walk and put my fingerprints in the window in the front of it looking at the cars, and he's got some of those cars on display. They're on Riverside Drive in North Hollywood, California, right near Lancashire Boulevard, not too far from the Universal Studios area.
So you mean if we walk by that location, that we could have the cops dust for prints and they'd find your hand marks all over there? Little tiny versions of Bob.
Little tiny, much tinier, much lower. Yes, I was, but yeah. Somehow, Bruce, I think they've cleaned the windows since then.
Well, I hope they have. By the way, I know you folks are viewing the video stream back at you on a delay, but we are right now looking at that Batmobile smart car, and that's pretty weird.
Not so smart.
I've got to see that. Yeah, I did go to see Jeff Dunham when he was in concert at Staples Center last month. He is funny. He is great. If you got to, and now that he's a car enthusiast with his, oh my God, I'm looking at that smart car now. That's not very smart. But he's a car enthusiast, and a lot of actors and actresses and movie personalities are getting into cars because it is such a great hobby, and the people that have made the history, that have helped promote this hobby, like the Barrises, are people to be recognized. And this annual event that, Skeeter, you've been to it how many times?
This will be like the third or fourth time. It's a great show.
It's an annual event, and people can attend it. It's every year. It's in Culver City. It's near Sony Studios, correct?
Yes, correct. Actually, this is amazing, but if you were to go to Bears Custom City in North Hollywood and walk in, the chances are about 90% that George Barris would be sitting there at his desk.
Well, I have an open invitation, and that's just down the street from the studio, actually.
It's true.
Yeah, yeah, you guys aren't. We're not very far from there, and you can go over there. We ought to do a Speed Scene live video from there.
We should. Yeah.
We'll have to get. I'll put all my gas together, and we'll get there.
Well, Bob, thanks a lot for calling in, and
not a problem.
This is a great.
Thank you too.
Hey, thank you very much for calling in and helping Bob out.
Yeah, and Skeeter's with the Coachman Car Club. They put on a cruise night once a month in Newbury Park. You've got to go to Islands Restaurant cruise night because it is great. There's probably 200 to 300 cars at least.
What day of the month is it?
First Saturday of every month through October.
Okay.
You're more than welcome. We'd love to see anybody out there. If you're a car guy, come on.
We'll try and catch you out there next time. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Have a great evening, everybody.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Skeeter. Talk to you later.
Take care.
We're going to go to the phones. We got another phone call, but I want to remind viewers that if you'd like to win some free stuff, the great people at NMCA are giving out some free passes to the Pomona event, to the Bakersfield event, I don't know.
I've got a couple videotapes.
They got a couple
Lucky. Yeah.
DVDs. So if you'd like to
I
send
guess
us an
they don't
email,
make videotapes anymore, huh? Everything's on DVD these days.
send us an email at
Showing my age.
speedscene@aol.com, and please include your mailing address so we can head it out.
Stop it.
There's a videotape.
Stop it.
In case you've never seen this.
I saw one on eBay once.
Stop it.
And send us your mailing address. I've had a few people send in emails saying, "Did I win? Did I win?" And the answer is yes. But how do we give it to you? Give us your address, will you? Charlie, we had a great deal there about car show, and of course, you guys don't really do a car show at the NMCA, but you have so many great cars. Some of the cars that compete in your classes, I remember at Fontana, there was a young lady in a Mustang, Sandy Wold, I think her name was.
From the Northwest.
From the Northwest. A beautiful Mustang, and I hope I'm getting your name right because I met her and her husband. They were wonderful people. This car looked like it rolled right off the dealership lot. It looked beautiful, and she was knocking off 7-second ETs one after another.
Wow.
Yeah, John Mahovitz from AccuFab here locally tuned that car. I think they're from Washington, but she is a stellar competitor. We look forward to seeing her back, and hopefully there's going to be a number of those turbo cars.
Well, now, Diana-mite, I think you have someone on the phones right now.
Let's go to line 6 and welcome Papa Joe. Hey, Papa Joe Ferriani, how you doing?
Not bad. I was just listening to all your conversations. Sounds good. And I wanted to talk to Charlie. I told Scott there's quite a few people that are excited about that Pomona race and the Bakersfield race, and I wanted to ask him a few questions on that
What do you
Pomona
got?
race.
What do you got, Joe? Ask away.
Okay, yeah, Charlie, on that Pomona race, is that going to be an annual situation over there, or just a one time?
Well, we hope so, and we've been blessed, and the good folks at the Fairplex and NHRA and the community of Laverne and Pomona have accepted us. There's only 15 race dates a year available, and we've been afforded 3 of those. So that's quite a privilege, and we hope that will be an annual event. We're going to get through the first event, and we're going to kind of take a look back and see if it works for everyone.
Well, I was just counting. Let's see, because the Winter Nationals, I was going, okay, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that's 4, and then with the finals,
well,
that's
they ran
4
over
more.
on Diana. They ran over a day on Monday, so there's already 5. So we're very blessed and fortunate to have the days that we have, and we've certainly tried to develop a positive relationship with the Fairplex, Dale, and Jim out there, and of course with NHRA. Now, they're very gracious.
Well, Charlie, like anything, I mean, this is business, and relationships. I always say it's all about the relationships we make in life and the relationships we keep. And evidently, you've built some pretty strong relationships, and that's what's tied this together for you.
Well, I think you're right, and I think it's some very intelligent folks that understand the dilemma that this region of the country's in at this time. And because we've had a relationship and they trust in us, we've been afforded that opportunity.
Well, you're a very professional association, and I'm sure they respect, what you've done on the East Coast. They know you can bring it to the West Coast, and I think it's going to spread and grow personally.
I don't think I could kiss enough butts to pull something like this off. So I really got to hand it to you.
I'd like to see you try, Lucky.
Hey, let's see if Papa Joe has any more questions.
Well, yeah, I wanted to ask again, how many events will you be here in Southern California? I know, like you said, you're covering Pomona, Bakersfield, pending if they ever get their act together over there. And I was wondering if you'd go to Las Vegas and if everything would be an annual situation. The things that I've been hearing, you have for fans your own breed that come out, that because of the amount of classes you guys run, those fast cars on 10-inch tires, which the fans really enjoy.
Well, Papa, I agree with you. You know, we've got really a rabid segment of fan base that just enjoy this particular type of racing. I mean, it's not your average character that wants to go out there on a 10.5-inch tire and run at those kind of times and speeds.
Well, that's exciting racing. You know, people love to watch that. And I don't know about you, Charlie, but I kind of think that these fast door cars has sort of revitalized interest in drag racing. You know, people are tired of the same old thing. They always want something new and exciting. And the 10.5 Outlaws, the true 10.5s, the drag radial. You've got that Outlaw 8.5 now. That's exciting racing, and you know everybody's excited about it.
Oh, there's no doubt, Scott. I mean, these guys are out here, and I mean, it's reinvigorated the whole interest level because they can actually connect with the cars on the racetrack. They're not, fiberglass bodied funny cars that you see out there.
Hey, don't be bad-mouthing those fiberglass funny cars, because we don't want NHRA to get mad at all. Okay, we're very happy with the Pomona deal.
Yeah, we got to keep them. Happy, but in no way, shape, or form.
We got to keep them happy.
Yeah.
But, Charlie, I just wondered, are you going to cover all those areas I mentioned?
And Phoenix, Bakersfield. Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. And I'm looking.
They
depending.
They just don't travel like Sacramento and Phoenix and stuff like that.
Well,
so they were wondering if you're going to be kind of local plus that.
No, I tell you, my long-term vision for this, this is a legitimate racing series, and this has never been brought to the table out here. Mm-hmm. Not that the other racing series are not legitimate. The PSCA and Mel, they do a fine job, and Tim Rigby and the WCHRA, and we need to help them to continue to do what they do, because if these guys don't have places to race, they're going to take up hunting, fishing, golfing, something else. And
whatever.
We need to support them.
Excuse me. I feel they need an organization that I've been hearing so much about yours. My son met you, Michael Fioriani, at Fontana.
Okay.
And he knows a lot about your situation. But I feel your program is like stable, like the old smokers or good guys used to be. That was established like the March meet. Everybody seems to go there. And that's how I feel about your situation.
That's true, Papa Joe. This is an established deal, and
well, they've got a great following back east, and you know what? I truly believe they're going to have just as big a following here on the West Coast.
I hope so.
Yeah. What I'd like to see is West Coast versus East Coast. We're going to take the champions. How about we take the champions from the West Coast and the champions from the East Coast, and we meet halfway in between, and we just see, hey, who's the biggest, baddest person out there? What do you think, Charlie? Can we do that?
Yeah, it could possibly happen someday. We've got...
Who's the best guy right now over there on the East Coast? Who's the man to beat?
Well, we've got several people. There's some guys that are the absolute best, and I won't just say in the country. I'll say in the world.
Yeah.
You got this character out here, Jason Lee.
Oh, you know what? Let's go to Papa Joe. Thanks so much for calling, sweetie. Let's go to line 1. Hey, Jason, welcome to Speed Scene Live. Jason? Are you on that cell phone, sweetie? Got to pick up and talk, hon.
What's up, girl?
I'm on the cell phone. Sorry.
What's up, girl? You can't talk now? What are you doing out there? I know you're not working on your race car.
Oh, yeah, we just got done doing that. Now I'm actually picking up a lawnmower right now with another racer, Trace Meyer.
Hey, I hear you have a bullseye on your back, and there's some people targeting for you.
That's what it sounds like. That's never a bad thing. That's a good thing. You know,
right.
It's a compliment to what we're doing now, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be the fastest forever. That's for sure.
What class are you racing in, Jason?
We run in a drag radial in both the NMCA and NMRA.
Is that the 275?
Yes, that's correct.
Man, you must have cojones the size of basketballs, because you can't just go down the track. You got to muscle that car down the track.
Yeah, that's correct. It's the 275 tire. Obviously adds an additional challenge to it, and that's kind of the most appealing part of the class. Is just going into some challenging conditions and try to manage the kind of horsepower that we have to get down the quarter-mile track. It's a lot of fun. It's a rush.
Well, Jason, we were talking just a minute ago. I don't know if you listened, but we all decided that it's cars like yours, the 10.5 and the drag radio, that has actually put the excitement back into drag racing, and everybody's all rejuvenated, and even guys like me with my mid 9-second car. I love watching you guys go down the track. I don't know if I have the nerve to do it myself, but I love watching you guys go down the track, and you put on a great show.
Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Well, you do put on a good show, but you're sure a pain in the rear end to deal with at the races. I just want to let you know that.
Absolutely, man.
But I'm telling you what, you came out there, and I got to tell you, I got to give credit where credit's due. I mean, you guys have been working on that blower with ProCharger for the last 2 years. You come out there, and you just did what you did. You're going to get it. Well, I'm going to up the ante, because I talked to the folks at ProCharger, and if anybody can beat you for the rest of the year, we're going to get Nitto Tire and ProCharger to sponsor their entry fee.
Wow.
For the rest of the year.
Yeah. For the whole year?
Oh, yeah.
So if somebody can beat Jason, that's all
and
they
there
got to
is
do.
a guy out there.
Beat Jason.
There is a guy out there.
Jason, is there anybody out there that can beat you?
Oh, that's the beauty of this tire. It really comes down to who manages it the best on that day.
Uh-huh.
And we're not talking about we're talking about a track that goes through the conditions of 250 plus, cars going down it all weekend long, adverse conditions. I mean, whoever manages the tire best in that instance is who's going to win the race. And yeah, I can be beat by just about every car there that shows up.
Are you lucky, Jason, or are you just that good?
I do have a lot of experience with the tire, and that does help. I will give you that. But yeah, it comes down to just managing the track for that given period, of time, and and a lot of times it is a little bit of luck. Sometimes I always say you need one lucky round during a race to win the race for that weekend, because there's too many variables that can go wrong during a pass, especially a quarter-mile pass. And, it does take a little bit of luck to win. And usually when you think back and go back over all the races that I've won, there's usually one round at every single race, that it took some luck to win. I blew a blower tube off, different things happen, during a run that can make you lose by a couple hundreds, And,
now, Jason, where are you from? Where's home?
Toledo, Ohio area.
Okay, so you're racing. There's a lot of East Coast people. The Norwalk track. A lot of drag radial racers up there. You hit a lot of the East Coast NMCA events. So now everybody in the country knows that there's a bounty on you. How does that make you feel?
I've had it before, to be honest with you, and it always jinxes me. I've actually had it at MIR, and I ended up losing in the first round, and didn't anticipate. I anticipated, going in there fully thinking I'm going to win the race, and ended up spinning the tires in the first round and kind of beat myself. So it's one of those deals where, hopefully. I can live up to everybody's expectation, and I just want to ask Charlie, man, if you're giving everybody money to beat me, what happens when I beat them?
Well, it's not my money, Jason.
Well,
but what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Jason compensated. There's a lot of pressure here, man.
What are you going to do when that big bad boy Bob Kurgan brings that Vortec over to do battle with you? Because I don't know. I mean, this is going to be the event of events when that happens.
Oh, absolutely. No, Kurgan's a great racer. He's got a lot of experience as well, but I fully anticipate busting his ass. So
Don't sugarcoat it.
TV show, I'm sorry.
Did you say a 3-letter word?
Yes, I did. I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
Now, I think the least that they could do if they're not going to pay for your race entries is they should at least chip in and buy a big bullseye to put on the side of your car. What about that, huh?
Or maybe just on the back, so that
Exactly right.
they can put it on the back of your car, so that when you're beating your opponent, that's what they're going to see, right?
Oh, yeah.
In all seriousness,
that's right.
Jason, you think Kurgan's got anything for you, or I mean, is that just child's play?
I totally do. I think Vortex spent just as much time as Pro Charger in the development of this new blower. The turbos really pushed the envelope of our class, and especially in quarter-mile racing. I mean, the back half of those turbo cars are unbelievable. And I just now, at the last race, finally, surpassed what Sean Lyons did last year from a horsepower perspective. So, it's, Pro Charger and I believe Vortex right where they need to be with these, with these turbo cars.
Come on, this isn't a rules call, buddy. This is radio.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. I'm trying to plug all 3 manufacturers for doing an excellent job, and hopefully that as long as all the right people come out, this would be some great close racing for the rest of the year.
There's no doubt, and Jason is, in my opinion, one of the best of the best.
Well, Jason, thanks for calling in. We're going to look forward to watching you all year and see how you progress. And, every time I check those points, I'm going to have to look for your name on that.
At the top.
At the nmcadigital.com website.
And just remember, there's a lot of pressure with this bounty deal, so if you want to make checks payable to Jason Lee, after the show, and we'll make it happen.
I've heard that before.
There you go. Hey, Jason, maybe I need to send you a couple Speed Scene Live stickers so you can put them on your car so you can get that extra 10th in there.
That's right, absolutely.
Right. Very good.
Sounds good.
Take care, hon.
Thanks a lot.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Dynamite.
Well, Lucky, let's go to line 2. And, love having people across country listen to us. And we've got Hank Dennings from Great Bend, Kansas. Hank, welcome to Speed Scene Live.
Hey, how are you guys doing tonight?
Good. Tell us the good news that you got.
Well, you guys are always talking about the tracks that are closing, and SRC Drag Strip, which is a very historic track, and we really appreciate you guys having your national event here. Mm-hmm. That really puts us out in the public's eye as a historic track, because everybody's closing. When we reorganized back in '94 as the original Sunflower Rod and Custom Association, which was the original club that held the first national event in 1955 here in Great Bend, we spent the last 5 years trying to become a 501c3 nonprofit organization to save this drag strip. And on last Tuesday, we received a letter after 5 years. Finally, the IRS has granted us that. So,
wow, congratulations.
It's another avenue of us for being able to save another historic track. And thanks to you guys, that's all come together for us.
Wow.
Congratulations. That's great news. Hank, we were actually talking about your track a little earlier because Diana-mite was telling Charlie Harmon from the NMCA, why don't you take the winners from the East Coast Series and the winners from the West Coast Series, and they could meet together at a track in the middle of the country. And I said, well, Great Bend, Kansas is smack dab in the middle of the country.
And that's one of the reasons why Wally Parks decided to have the first national event here, was because we were in the center, and the East could meet the West, and they could say, I'm the best of the best, and that would be something that would be great for your event that's coming up in June, and that would be wonderful.
Well, we can't wait to come see you in June. We're real excited about it. We think it's going to be a wonderful event, and
we're going to do a lot of filming. We're going to get a lot of cars on Speed Scene Live TV. So if there's any viewers out there that would like to get on Speed Scene Live TV, come on out to the Great Bend track for the Speed Scene Live Nationals. That's June 8th and 9th. The 8th is a test and tune and a gambler. The Saturday's the Speed Scene Live Nationals. And then Sunday, Hank, you've got the team race.
Yeah, on Friday, if you win the gambler's race and you win your eliminator on Saturday, we're going to throw you another $1,000.
Wow! Wow!
And on Sunday, that's going to be our Summit ET Sportsman Series. And if you fit in those classes and you want to run with us, we guarantee the purse on Sunday it'll be over $4,000.
Wow!
So you take your gambler's money. If you can win Friday and win Saturday, it's another grand. You have $17,000 on Saturday for your event, plus all the giveaways, which is great. And then you can run for another well over $4,000 on Sunday. It's going to be really cool.
3 days, 3 opportunities. Racers always tell me they like to be able to go one weekend and do a couple races. So if they lose one day, well, they can race the next day. They don't have to tow. And here's 3 races in a row. Tow out, race 3 days, and then go home, and 3 opportunities to win money.
And that's right. And, the Speed Scene Live Nationals, like I told you before, Lucky, you never know. The U.S. Nationals down in Indianapolis started at Great Bend, Kansas. You never know what Speed Scene Live might turn.
You might be at the very first Speed Scene Live Nationals. Hank, thanks for calling in. Congratulations. Great news about the Great Bend track.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Charlie, the NMCA, you've talked to Jason now, and you've got the bounty going. Are there any bounties on any other racers? Is it all just Jason?
Oh, no. I mean, ProCharger has done, an extraordinary job in developing this new product, and it really put Jason out front. The Vortec company, the producers of superchargers, Centrifugal, and Roots, they have produced just an unbelievable product, and we have Bob Kurrigan over there, and that's what I was talking about. If Kurrigan and Lee ever get in the same ring together, it's going to be a bloodbath. So that's what I'm looking for. But Bob Kurrigan's running NMCA in the Extreme Street, the Aeromotive Extreme Street category, and he's got the field covered with this new product by just a tremendous advantage. So you've really got a number of killers out there that are doing a wonderful job of competing. So I want to throw the same bounty out on Kurrigan, because I view Lee and Kurrigan as two of our top contenders.
So we got bounties on 2 booties.
Yep.
2 booties.
Yep.
2 booties got bounties.
Nitto's got a lot of money. They make good tires. They're a Japanese company, and they got a lot of money. So,
well,
thankfully,
this is a big deal for a racer. If it's like a NHRA has the gold card. If you win a gold card, you get to race for free, and that can make a big deal. You could save thousands of dollars a year. That might be the one thing that you get a racer that beats them, and you say, hey, we're going to cover your racing. Well, now he's going to go to every race on the series.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, now I mentioned NMCAdigital.com is a website. Is that the best place for people to go to get information?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It really is. And if you're a participant, there is a participant tab that you can go to, and it drops down, and you can figure out whether you want to see rules, event information, purses, schedules, whatever you'd like. If you're a spectator, you can go right to the home page and just get after the information that you're interested in.
And there's great forums. Now, earlier in the show, you were going to make an announcement, and I stopped you. But why don't you let people know now how they can get guaranteed entry to the Pomona event as a participant?
Okay. And we are forced to monitor the amount of contestants for the Pomona event. As many people as possibly could be there. We certainly have the facility to handle them, but we respect the agreement between the city of Laverne and Pomona, and we're only allowed to run from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And we're going to adhere to those, curfews impeccably, and we definitely will have to monitor the amount of entries. So if you want to enter at noon a week from today,
next Tuesday,
yeah, you can go to nmcadigital.com, and there will be a link, and you can pre-enter. Now, I do want to say this too: anybody that supports our Bakersfield event, I will personally work with them to ensure that they have an entry.
Oh, nice.
into the Pomona event.
Wow.
So we don't really, it's been so long, we don't really know what to anticipate. We've been overwhelmed with requests, but the people that support us in Bakersfield, I really do want to take care of personally. So,
and I encourage all the racers to attend all the series because, you know, if all the races are full, they're going to come back next year and do the same thing. Is that right, Charlie?
I hope so. I hope so. And in fact, you know, we were talking a little bit with Papa. You know, my vision is, you know, maybe, you know, if this works, maybe a Sacramento.
Yeah.
Maybe, you know, working with our good friend Chris Blair over in Vegas.
Maybe a 6 or a 7 race series?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah. But I do want to make the comment that, you know, what the PSCA does, what the WCHRA does, Tim and Mel, that's so important to what we do because we don't have the infrastructure, we don't have the resources to run 5 races at Fontana or 6 races at Vegas. We need, you know, or, you know, 6 races at, you know, we need to give these guys outlets. But when we come to town, we want to know, you know, you're running for a Wally and you're going to get great coverage and, you know, you're going to get the same effect that you get back east. So
you're going to get magazine coverage. You're going to get coverage on Speed Scene Live. You got a shot at the Nitto Championship ring. You've got
a chance at a Wally.
The Wally, that's huge right there. And, you know, you get a chance to race at an organization that wants you there. They treat you well. They're organized. When you talk to people and ask a question, they got the right answer. When you show up for tech, the tech guys are fair. Everything is done the way it's supposed to be done. And everything's well organized. The thing that about your events, Charlie, is you guys run them so smooth. All your employees are on board. They all know what they're doing. They all know how to do their job. And you have a great event, and you get the opportunity to race in front of a bunch of spectators, which is pretty nice.
Well, we appreciate that, and I'll tell you, it's you know, it's so nice to be out here. Trey and I were talking today about, hey, we can go home on Sunday night. Hey, you know, we're not going to be waiting on an airplane. But the market is so vibrant, and PSCA, WCHRA, they've done such a great job. In fact, if you go on our website, we had 2 folks up in Bakersfield, not last weekend, but the weekend before, and that Tim had a great race, WCHRA race. They had 150 plus cars, and we've got all the video, all the photos, all of that, and those are our guys. That's the market segment that we want to be a part of, and it's exciting for us, and we just appreciate the opportunity to be here with you guys tonight, too.
Our pleasure, our pleasure. Now, we just got a couple minutes, so Charlie, we're going to do a little bit of what's going on so people know what's happening all around the country. And, of course, what's going on is brought to you by...
It's brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends. They've got your rear end ready and waiting for you. You just give them a call. You tell them Diana-mite sent you. Right, Lucky?
That's right. And, here's that Mustang I was talking about. This is
that's her.
Sandy Wold's Mustang right here. That's a 7-second car right there, and you'd never know it. Hey, also, we want to thank DragRaceResults.com for helping us out with these dates too. May 17th through the 20th, the K&N Spring Fling at Bristol Dragway, over $75,000 in prize money.
May 19th, PRA Race at Viva Las Vegas. It's presented by Finlay North Volkswagen.
That's misbehaving in Vegas. Hey, May 26th through the 27th, right back at the Las Vegas, the NHRA Heritage Series Rockabilly Rod Reunion, racing rockabilly cars and bands.
And the Rocky Mountain Superchargers will be racing Memorial Day weekend, also at Great Bend, Kansas. $1,000 to win, $600 to runner-up, and $200 per round win. Kansas versus Colorado, over 200 miles per hour.
The Rocky Mountain Superchargers will also be putting on some exhibition racing at the Speed Scene Live Nationals. Now, Sunday, May 27th, the UNTR, the Unlimited Manual Transmission Racers, will be putting on a great show at Quaker City Motor Motorsports Park.
And most importantly, don't forget June 9th, the Speed Scene Live Nationals at Great Bend, Kansas, with over $17,000 in cash and prizes. Hey, business owners, want to get some publicity for your company? Come be a part of the Speed Scene Live Nationals. Boy, say that quick 3 times, huh?
June 22nd through the 24th, Flowmaster NMCA race at Bakersfield, NMCA West at Bakersfield, featuring Aerospace Components NHRA Unleashed. Remember, come on out, support the Bakersfield event, and support the NMCA.
Well, one of the main reasons to support the Bakersfield event, if you want to race out there at Pomona, what did we hear Charlie just say? He's going to be able to guarantee that Pomona event for you if you come on out to the Bakersfield race. What better, key-in can you have than that, right, Lucky?
That's right, and the NMCA West event will be at Pomona August 17th through the 19th, so join us there. Charlie, thank you so much for being on Speed Scene Live today. It was great having you, and boy, we sure look forward to racing at your series.
I tell you, I can't thank you enough, and we certainly appreciate everything you do. You got a great show going here, and you got a good guy behind the scenes over there too. He seems to be moving around a lot.
I'm just doing my little dance. So you talk about Trey over here. He's managing your end of it pretty well too. So hey, man,
that's my handler.
Bruce is the smart one on the show. Diana-mite's a pretty one.
No, come on, we whipped Bruce into shape, and he loves it.
We haven't quite figured out what my role is yet.
But yeah, Charlie, hey, great to talk to you today, and can't wait for the race, man.
Okay, man. I'm counting on you being out there.
Well, you know what? Cameras will be flying, and video's just going to be spooling out of every. I'm going to say this.
Orifice?
I was going to say tape.
Hey, join us next week. We got more great show next week. Tune in, Speed Scene Live. If you missed a past show, if you want to show your friends, if you want to share this with your buddies, come on the website anytime and you can watch it again.
That's right. Hey, coming up tonight, of course, the encore presentation of tonight's show. And be sure to check out the archives page. We keep it active. And by the way, you can check out that archives page. It's got downloadable MP4s as well as streamable files. So you can check that too. Lucky?
And don't forget, if you'd like to get a chance to maybe win some free tickets to the Bakersfield race, the Pomona race, or maybe a DVD or something, shoot us an email at speedscene@aol.com, or you could use the link on the website and send us your name and your address, and that way we know where we can mail the stuff. So send it on in. We're going to grab a bunch of people and give away some free stuff. So here's your chance. Last time I'm going to tell you.
That's right, man. Free stuff. How can you go wrong with that? Coming up next, as I mentioned, the encore presentation. We're back 1 week from right now. Hope you have a great week, and thanks for joining us tonight for the show.
Speed Scene Live TV, the #1 online motorsports TV show. Brought to you by Curry Racing Rear Ends, M&H Tires, and thefaux.com.